Joining me in the room podcast, ready to make his second trip to the MMA cage as an amateur, is Christos Papadelos in the room podcast. What's up, my good friend?
What's up, Steve? Always good talking to you.
Always, my man. Thanks for giving me some time, man. We're about a week and couple of days from that amateur fight, man. For Cage Titans, how you feeling about the second walk to the cage?
I feel good. I mean, the first one was just kind of like pretty spontaneous. Didn't really, prepare like you normally should prepare for fights. But, this has been good. I did a kickboxing smoker, I want to say about a month ago, and maybe a little bit more than a month ago. But I used that to just, help me really just focus on improving my striking and, of course, mixing like wall wrestling and stuff like that, other elements that are obviously going to be needed for MMA. I feel really good going with this, though. I've worked with a lot of people that I really trust and I think are really knowledgeable, and everybody up at Team Link has been awesome. They're really the ones that have helped me, put a game plan together and have me where I need to be. That's Ed Carr and JC, who's also fighting on November 5th for NEF. Yeah, everything's good.
Well, as far as teaming up with them, guys, on your first amateur fight, I don't think you were really had a steady gym. Like you said, it was kind of a spontaneous thing. So you weren't really training with an MMA gym. I think you were like getting in rounds here and there. How much has that improved teaming up with Team Link? Because we know what they bring to the table and who trains there. So how's that been to the game?
Oh, it's been, I'm telling you, like, that's been the whole difference, really. Whoever had like seen me strike, maybe like 6 months ago versus someone who's seen me strike, now, like the smoker I just did, for example, down in Rhode Island. I was really, my only goal in that smoker was just to not freak out, to be honest. Like, I just wanted to be able to listen the best I could, stay comfortable on the feet. Obviously something I'm not as experienced at is grappling. I feel like if I do get this fight to the mat, I'm really confident that I'm going to be able to basically like do whatever I want. I think my grappling, it's nowhere near where I want it to be yet, but I think it's, levels above a majority of the amateur fighters, in New England. And I said that before. I have a lot of faith in my grappling. It's just a matter of seeing, if I can put it together with everything. And I've been working on doing so I'm very confident I'll be able to.
Excellent. Well, you'll be fighting at the featherweight weight this class. Who you been getting most of your time with rounds in the Team Lamb camp? Because I know there's men and women of all sizes in there. Who you kind of been shadowing and getting that work with?
Yeah, so most of the sessions there, honestly, JC helps me out a lot. For those who don't know, that's Nick Alley. Like I said before, he's fighting the night before me, co-main eventing the NEF card. He's put a lot of time into me, so I'm really appreciative of him. A lot of my stuff comes from him, at least on the feet and just in MMA in general. And then same thing, like, as far as training partners there, you mean, I would say, JC's the guy I do a lot of work with. Nasi trains there. Nasi, was holding pads for me and stuff this week, which shout out to him. I really appreciate that. And I like working with him. A few other guys, and Connor Hughes is someone I like to drill with all the time. He's a good friend of mine. Placido Santos. Whenever we can, we get working. So, I'm around. Obviously, that's how I like to train. I like to go get my work in the different places. Even visiting Sean Farley and Haverhill for my hands. I feel like he's been a big help too. So there's a lot of different people that are involved, I feel like. But at the end of the day, I think this is the best I've been able to put everything together, and this is the best I felt in my life when it comes to putting it all together. So I think that points to signs that I'm doing something a little bit more correctly than I have in the past.
Excellent, my man. Well, we get to see, the work that you've been putting together with Team Lincoln since that last amateur fight. When you step into the Cage Titans cage at Cage Titans 50, man, just about the biggest regional promotion in New England. And dude, they have eyes all over them, the production, everything they do for the fighters, man. How excited are you to fight for them? And how did you get a matchup? How did you, your name get crossed, put across their desk?
Yeah. It's funny, like now doing my own thing, putting on grappling shows, promoting grappling, I can kind of appreciate a little bit more the work, that certain promotions put in, and certain promoters specifically put in. And you're right. In New England, I don't think there's anyone that that cares more about their product right now than Mike Pulveri. I think he's the one that cares most about his product. He does a really good job. He makes sure everything gets done the way it's supposed to get done. So I'm honored that I'll be able to fight for a promotion that cares about their fighters, and just tries to do a good job. And like you said before, I don't know much about my opponent. I'm sure he knows a good amount about me. I mean, if you if you compare, like, if you look his name up, you'll find like LinkedIn, and if you look my name up, you find like videos of me teaching technique. So you know what I mean? There's a little bit more on me out there than is on him, but everything's good, man. I'm excited. I feel good. It's gonna be a good fight. It's gonna be a great day overall, not just the day card, but the night card as well. So I'm excited to fight for Cage Titans, man. It's a big deal to me.
Well, as we know, as new amateurs coming up, there's not much footage, there's not much info. But as you speak, Christos, I mean, your accolades in jiu-jitsu and tournaments and stuff you've done, running your own promotion there, doing putting on kickboxing events of your own, dude, you're not hard to find if someone's looking up to you. So I don't know his degree or where his camp is, but shout out to him for taking a matchup and getting him getting in that cage too. Also, what are you looking to do in there, my friend? Getting them hands, having that team link behind you, and now a lot more confidence in that stand-up game. What are you looking to do in there on the 6th?
Yeah, I mean, I'm honestly trying to build experience. That's the number one thing. What I took from the smoker, just experience. I learned from it. I think that's the number one thing coming out of this one. I just make sure I get the best experience possible, and just to push the pace, man. Like, I don't want to stop moving in this fight. I want it to, I don't want there to be a second in this fight where people are like, all right, do something. I want it to. I worked hard to get my body to a point where I don't have to stop. If I'm on the ground, I don't have to stop striking or advancing position or anything like that. So I mean, obviously the key to victory for me is get the fight to the mat and end it. And I would imagine the key to victory for him is don't let me take him down, work a lot of sprawls, and piece me up on the feet. I would imagine that's what they're doing. I expect this kid to be an absolute animal wherever the fight goes. So we're ready for anything.
Excellent, my man. Sounds like a professional, not an amateur going in there. Kudos to you for getting this fight. A couple more questions before I let you go, man. You talked about you want to be calm in there. You want to like, gauge yourself. Christoph, you've been in a ton of competitions as far as jiu-jitsu and, won a ton and just the spotlight's been on you a ton, man. What's the mental thought as far as, getting ready and competing in a big time jiu-jitsu tournament to going into Cage Titans and you're walking to the cage and everything's about you at that moment? What's the difference in the psyche between the two of them?
Yeah, I mean, I would say it's different in the sense that worst case scenario is a lot worse in MMA. Like jiu-jitsu match, worst comes to the worst. You get your arm broken or your knee popped or something like that. That's probably the worst thing that can happen. In MMA, getting knocked out cold in front of like your friends and family, like everyone you grew up with, things like that. Worst case scenario is just a hell of a lot worse than it is in jiu-jitsu. On top of that, no one really, like, the only people that would ever see you lose in jiu-jitsu are like your teammates anyway. No one really comes to events like that to watch, unless it's like a very special occasion, something like Enigma or like super fights or something like that. But yeah, I just think worst case scenario is just so much worse. But at the same time, you're probably not going to die in there. You know what I mean? You're going to go back to normal life on Monday, and you're just going to get back to work regardless of win or lose. So, I mean, at the end of the day, for me, this is an amateur fight, so I could go 0-6 in amateur. I don't give a fuck. Like, as long as I don't want to go 0-6. That might be a
No, we
little bit of
understand
a
that.
as long as I'm built good experience up and not taking a stupid amount of damage, uh, I'm happy. I really like training and testing myself, and I think MMA is just the ultimate. It's just the loneliest place on earth being in there, man. Like no one to save you. It's just as real as it gets. It's the realest feeling on earth. So that's kind of like what's driving me to MMA over jiu-jitsu, to be honest.
Excellent. I mean, well, last questions before I let you give you shout outs, social media, all that good stuff, man. Who's going to be in your corner? It's a busy weekend. We got Nick Alley co-main event for Neff on the Friday. Then you got the noon card with a, all amateur card for Cage Titans 50. Who's going to be in your corner as far as, Team Link?
The plan is to have Ed and JC there. JC's obviously fighting the night before, probably at like midnight, like 3.5 hours north. So, we're going to see, but, all goes well. He'll be there. Ed will be there. And, we'll get the dub, and it'll hopefully be the start of a nice little streak.
Excellent, man. Well, if they don't show up, I'll corner you. I mean, I won't know what to tell you, but at least you'll have a good-looking guy in the corner there. The heck with them guys. Last thing, my good friend, shout outs, social media. You might have a sponsor or two, because I know you got a bunch for your Enigma promotion. So throw it all out there, man. I'll let you get to training.
Yeah. Basically, just everyone who's helping me get ready, everyone who's helping me train, coaches, teammates, my family, like my dad, my sister, my girlfriend, just doing like little stuff that nobody else is really gonna see except them. There's a bunch of people, man. There's so many people that have just taught me so many different little things too that I feel have helped me. So, yeah, just everyone who's helped me. And as far as Enigma goes, our sponsors, Brian Downey and Kyle Reagan, who do mortgages. You can find them on Instagram. They sponsored like every Enigma event so far. They are absolutely awesome, and like they're just down to keep giving to competitors and trying to help the sport grow, which I think is very cool. So that's what I'm trying to do as well. So. Yeah, that's about it, though. That's all I can really think of. My family, teammates, and sponsors, yeah.
Excellent. Social media, business for Enigma, and your own personal one.
Yeah. If you're on Instagram, Enigma Jiu-Jitsu Official is the official Instagram for the Enigma Invitational. Our next event's November 19th, PJ Barch versus Sean Melanson. That's going to be an absolute fucking banger. Along with the rest of the card, we've got some crazy matches on there with 4 title fights. So if you guys are interested in grappling, or if you're an MMA fan and you got nothing to do on the 19th, highly recommend you come up to Wayne, New Hampshire, because there's going to be some crazy matchups going on in the grappling world. So stay tuned for that.
Excellent, my man. I know you don't do Facebook much. I do have your Instagram handle up here. See, Papadelos. So, yeah, Christos, man, congratulations on taking that step, fighting for Cage Titans. So, man, you have a great night training. I'll see you in a little over a week, man, getting it done in there.
Yes, sir, Steve. I'll see you then. Thank you.
All right, my man.